Um, this is something that's been going on far too long. There's no place in this state that doesn't control its school board nor its police department. And this is where we're seeing it stops right now. We're going to look to work with our colleagues across the aisle, the Republicans. We're going to look to work with the rural legislators to get this done. I'm very optimistic that this can be done in the House and in the Senate. We've gotten the support from Representative Hubbard, who's the chairman of the Urban Affairs Committee, and it's my hope that we can move this through to the floor for debate.
As you know, the governor of this state appoints the Board of Police Commissioners here in the city of St. Louis. We believe that this is an antiquated way of conducting the city's business. We believe that local control must be brought back to the city of St. Louis, with that control being generated by the Board of Aldermen, who represents the citizens of the city of St. Louis, who are best qualified to make the decisions relative to the entities that we fund. And a lot of the city's funding goes to the police department. We feel that that control of that department should start here in the city of St. Louis. And I have all the confidence that the Board of Aldermen will know exactly in what way that control needs to be directed.
It is difficult to govern a city when a major portion of your city is being controlled by the state. That is not good government. We have found that this particular issue in terms of local control is not just an African-American issue, it is an issue about governance. Our resolution, which we sent to the state, to our state representatives and to our state senators, has a number of various aldermen on it from all walks of life, from the various genders and ethnic groups that represent this city. It is not just an issue of African Americans, it is an issue of good government. And in the same light, you would not expect a major corporation to have a portion of one of its departments and the dollars related to that budget controlled by another company. In that same manner, we cannot think that it is good for the city of St. Louis to have its police department, where public safety is at least a third of the city's budget, being controlled by the state. That is clearly an antiquated process, that is clearly an antiquated structure, and does not work for the best interests of the citizens of St. Louis.
This discussion has been going on for a while.
Yeah.
What do you think is changing now? Is the dynamics of Jefferson City different? Have you talked to Jay Nixon that if he gets elected, that he might do something different? In other words, why are you optimistic that this time around this will change, given the fact that there's been these discussions before?
If I may answer that question. First of all, we have a speaker, Speaker Jeanette, who is very instrumental in making sure that we pass legislation that's reflective of the constituency we represent here in the city of St. Louis. So by having a speaker who's sensitive to the issues that affect us here, we're guaranteeing a hearing. We're guaranteeing that the bill is going to go to the right committee to make sure we have the input and to try to make sure we get this bill out on the floor. So I think that's the beginning of it all.
What about Nixon? Is Nixon for it?
I haven't spoke with him.
Are you hoping, Representative, that the bill will go to your committee?
It will be assigned to my committee.
And you're, correct me if I'm wrong, you're one of only a few Democrats who chairs their own committee.
One of two. So we're going to be working with Senator Maida Coleman also to make sure we push this bill through the Senate.
And let me just add that he asked about why we're optimistic about this. This is one reason we're optimistic, because you see this collaboration with the local representatives and the state representatives. But there's also a bill that's moving forward that's important to the rural legislators relative to the National Animal Identification System. And what they're looking for, ironically, is local control. So we respect that. We want them to know that we respect your desire to have local control if you can respect our desire. So right now what you're seeing is a greater ability to leverage that support.
And if I may also, and on the local level, I believe there's a much greater synergy that's coming around this issue. You have a number of aldermen that are clearly in support of, in fact, the majority of the Board of Aldermen as represented by other aldermen here, as well as recently at the state level, at one of the Senate hearings, you had one of the representatives from the mayor's office speaking in support of local control.
I'm surprised to hear you say that the Slay is supporting city control, because I thought in the past he opposed city control.
He had a representative there speaking on his behalf. The city's key lobbyist, former Senator John Scott, testified for the mayor for this bill.
The police department, now are they lobbying against this? Is that correct? Or?
Well, they will always lobby against this bill.
The police association.
Yeah. Not the police department. Association. The association.
Why would they prefer state control over local control, the police department? I mean, I'll ask them obviously, but why do you think they would?
It doesn't sound logical to us, so I asked them.
We haven't figured it out yet.
Okay.